Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, where we dive deep into the heart of corporate filings to uncover the real story. Today we're looking at a filing that might make you wonder if this company is building a rocket ship or just playing with spare parts, and it's all about some fancy new stock. Alright, so what we have here is a Form 8K filing from Aspire Biopharma Holdings Incorporated. Think of an 8K as a company's way of saying, hey, something important just happened and you need to know about it. Like right now, and what happened here is they've created a new type of stock called preferred stock, specifically Series A convertible preferred stock. Aspire Biopharma Holdings is a company that develops biopharmaceutical products. Now, why would a company issue new stock? Usually it's to raise money, and they've done just that by selling this series of preferred stock. They've designated 25,000 shares of their preferred stock as this new Series A, and this filing tells us all about the rules of this new stock. This document, the Certificate of Designation, is like the rule book for this series of preferred stock. It lays out all the special powers and restrictions this stock has, which are pretty different from the regular common stock you might be more familiar with. One of the most important things about this series of preferred stock is that it can be converted into regular common stock. The terms are a bit complex, but basically the holders of this preferred stock can swap it for common stock. The price they pay for this common stock is set at 80% of the lowest closing price of the company's common stock over a few days before the conversion. This is pretty generous for the investor, aiming to give them a good deal. However, there is a catch. Investors can't just convert an unlimited amount of preferred stock into common stock. There are limits called the maximum percentage to prevent any single investor from owning too much of the company all at once after converting. Initially, this limit is set at 4.99%. But investors can actually increase this limit to up to 9.99%, though any increase takes some time to become effective. This is a way to protect the company from a single large shareholder gaining too much control too quickly. Now, let's talk about how this series of preferred stock ranks compared to other types of stock. It's ranked higher than the company's common stock. This means if the company has to sell off assets or goes through liquidation, the holders of this series of preferred stock get paid before the common stockholders do. It is on par with any other stock that might be created with similar ranking rights and junior to any stock that might be created to rank above it. Here is another interesting point: price protection. If Aspire Biopharma issues or sells any new stock or convertible securities at a price lower than the conversion price of the series of preferred stock, then the conversion price for the series of stock automatically gets adjusted downwards. This is a common feature designed to protect the investors in preferred stock from dilution if the company sells its common stock too cheaply later on. Holders of this series of preferred stock also get something called participation rights. For a period of 6 months after they buy the stock, they have the right to participate in any new financing rounds the company does. This means they could put more money into the company under the same terms as any new investors coming in. This is a way to give early investors an opportunity to increase their stake. When it comes to dividends, if the company pays a dividend on its common stock, the holders of series of preferred stock are entitled to receive a dividend too. The amount is calculated based on the number of common shares their preferred stock could be converted into. This ensures they get a share of company profits similar to what common stockholders would receive. It's important to note that this series of preferred stock has no voting rights. This means these shareholders cannot vote on company matters, except where the law requires it or the company's founding documents specifically allow it. This is a key difference from common stock, which typically comes with voting rights. In the unfortunate event of a liquidation, meaning the company is being dissolved, the series of preferred stockholders get paid back before common stockholders. They're entitled to receive the amount they invested, or the value they would get if they converted to common stock, whichever is greater. This reinforces the idea that this preferred stock offers more security than common stock. Now, this report also includes something called forward-looking statements. This is basically a disclaimer from the company saying that things they mention about the future, like plans for using money or future filings, might not actually happen as predicted. They're telling investors to be cautious because actual results could be very different due to various risks and uncertainties. This is standard practice in these filings to manage expectations and legal liability. Finally, under item 9.01, they list the exhibits filed with this report. The most important one being Exhibit 3.1, which is the actual certificate of designations for the series of convertible non-voting preferred stock that we've been discussing. And the report is signed off by Ernest Scheidman, the Chief Financial Officer. This tells us the company's financial leader is officially confirming the information presented. So, putting it all together, Aspire Biopharma Holdings Incorporated has issued new series a convertible preferred stock. This move is typically about raising capital. And this new stock comes with some very investor-friendly terms like a favorable conversion price and price protection. It offers liquidation preferences, meaning these investors get paid first if things go south, but it comes without voting rights. The company is clearly trying to attract investment by offering these preferential terms. Now, looking at this from a broader perspective, creating new classes of stock like this, especially with conversion discounts, can put pressure on existing shareholders. The company is essentially saying, we need cash, and we're willing to give new investors a good deal to get it. This can lead to dilution, where each existing share represents a smaller piece of the company. The key question for investors here is whether the capital raised will be used effectively enough to grow the company and offset the dilution experienced by current shareholders. The price protection and participation rights are designed to keep these new investors happy, but it means the company has to be very careful about future funding rounds and how they price their shares. The company's direction here seems to be focused on securing funding for its biopharmaceutical endeavors, and they are using these complex financial instruments to achieve that. The risks, as they themselves state, include market conditions and the general financial health of the company for current shareholders. The main concern would be how this new dilution impacts their ownership stake and potential future returns. For new investors, the terms look attractive, but they're still betting on the success of Aspire Biopharma's product pipeline. Alright, that is our breakdown of Aspire Biopharma Holdings Incorporated's latest filing. What is your take on these new preferred stock terms and what they signal for the company's future? Are they setting themselves up for success or just creating more complexity? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps the channel, and subscribe for more deep dives into corporate filings. Don't forget to check out our Discord community in the description for more discussions and early insights. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.